YouTube, how you doing? Murph here, bringing you another product review. Today's review is going to be on a little bit of an interesting product. This is the Ducky Mecha SF. For those of you who are familiar with Ducky products, their most popular board, the Ducky Mini, is a plastic-bodied 60% keyboard. And a couple of years ago, they did a Mecha version of that keyboard, and that Mecha moniker that they use simply refers to an aluminum frame that they used for that version of the Ducky. And that version has also been very, very popular, and it's gotten great reviews overall. Now, I've already done a product review on this board right here, which is the original Ducky SF. This is the pure white version. It comes in both white and black. And just like the Ducky Mini, this is a plastic case, and Ducky decided to apply an aluminum frame to this board as well, and they came out with this product that you see here, which is the Ducky Mecha SF. Now, this was released in two colorways, Emerald and Ocean. This is the Ocean version here. The Emerald version kind of has a orange and green theme to it. The thing about this board here is this is a limited edition run. They only made 2,021 of these keyboards, and the pre-orders went very quickly. As of the time that I'm making this review, all of the Emerald versions appear to be sold out online. There are about 2 or 3 different switch options still available for the Ocean model. That could change in the coming days or weeks, or even by the time this video is posted, those could be sold out as well. I'm not really sure, but as of the time of filming this, it is still available in a couple of switch options. If you want to see my full Ducky SF review, which other than build quality and design is going to apply to this board as well, I'll leave a link in the description to that full-on review. But as far as this version of the board is concerned, as usual, we'll start off by talking about the design and build quality of this board. Just like the Ducky SF, I really like the design here. It's what you would typically expect from a 65% keyboard. My only knock on the design as far as the layout is concerned is that they use that irregular right shift key. It makes it a little harder to find a replacement keycap set. The right shift for this keyboard is a 2U sized shift key, so do be aware of that. A lot of keycap sets won't fit on this keyboard. If you do buy an aftermarket keycap set, make sure a 2U shift is included. Also, the right Alt and Function keys are 1U in size, so just make sure you're aware of that ahead of time. One thing I do like about the Mecha version is that the keycaps, frankly, not only in terms of design, but in terms of quality as well, are almost as if you bought an aftermarket keycap set anyways. They did a really good job of kind of mixing up the colors here between the white and the light and dark blue. These keycaps are double shot PBT, so they should last you quite a long time. And there are actually extra keycaps included in the box. Multiple versions of an escape key. You've got the Ducky symbol there. You've got white arrow keys and a white enter key should you want to change some of those out. This does not come with an extra space bar like most Duckies do, so there's no year of the ox, year of the pig, year of the rat, space bar, anything like that. It's just this blue color that you see here. But overall, the aesthetics of the keycaps look really good in my opinion, and I like the kind of mix of colors that they used here. One thing I really like about this board is just the design choice that they made to add the Ducky logo in between the page down and the arrow key. They didn't do that for the regular SF, and I typically don't like when keyboard manufacturers do this. This is pretty common. Some people add in an extra key here. I actually like the spacing, but if you have that space, you might as well do something with it. And the fact that they put this design logo there, I hope that if they do come out with a regular production model Ducky Mecha SF, that they keep that logo there. And even on their plastic case, even if it's not something that's etched into the case like it is here, even if it's just printed on, I hope that's something that they bring to their regular keyboard as well. This keyboard also has height adjustable feet, just like the original Ducky SF. It is only one step though. The original SF had 2 height adjustments. This just has your typical flat angle and then an incline, very similar to the Ducky Mecha Mini as well. The original version had 2 height adjustments, the Mecha version only had 1. The other really cool thing about this design is this iridescent finish that they put onto this aluminum case. It looks really good in my opinion, and I think they did a really good job with the color of this case. As far as the build quality of the board, The keycaps, like I said already, are double shot PBT, so the build quality on these is quite good and it's gonna last you a long time. The keycaps also have a slight texture to them, which I prefer. They're not like super gritty, but they do have a little bit of a texture, which is kind of a nice finish on those keycaps in my opinion. And of course, being an aluminum frame board, this is not gonna have any kind of bend or flex or creaking or anything like that. The build quality is just really, really solid. I've always been a fan of Ducky's build quality, even on their plastic boards, and their Mecha line is even better, so I'm pleased with that. This is not a hot swappable board, so make sure, unless you plan on doing some resoldering or anything like that, that you buy the switch type that you prefer. This is available in a variety of Cherry MX switch types, and this is the newer version of those switches, which is rated for 100 million clicks and is a little smoother than the previous version. The version I have here is in Cherry MX Red, and I'll give you a quick typing test so that you can hear kind of the sound signature of this. Keep in mind this is an aluminum frame, which is going to give you a slightly different sound signature than the plastic 12SF, even with the same switch type. So overall, as far as sound is concerned, it's pretty much what you can expect from a Cherry MX switch in an aluminum case. Now, as far as the RGB lighting on this keyboard, it's also nice as well. There are no shine-through PBT keycaps like there are with the other Duckies, but I don't mind that at all. There's plenty of light shining through the edges around the keycaps and everything. And just like their other products, the LEDs are very bright and vibrant. One thing you'll notice, unlike the original SF that have front printed legends that will tell you what those keys do, this does not have that. So if you're not familiar with 60% keyboards, 65% keyboards, or Ducky products, at least until you get comfortable with it, you'll probably need to either look it up online or open up the manual that this board comes with to understand what some of those secondary functions are. Unfortunately, one of the biggest knocks on Ducky products in 2021 is that Ducky still does not have a software option for any of their 1-2 series boards other than the TKL, which means you're gonna be left using your function key to change the RGB functions of this keyboard. And to do that, you're gonna hold FN, Alt, and hit T, and that is going to allow you to switch between the different RGB modes. This wave mode here is kind of their default, and if you ever need to reset this back to its default settings, or you kind of get lost in these options and you just want to reset it, all you have to do is hold down the Windows key and the down arrow key for about 3 seconds. It'll blink white and then it'll go back to default. Overall, it's really not that difficult to do, especially once you get the hang of it. But again, a software option here would be nice to control the RGB functions as well as the macro settings. Now, this version of the Ducky 12SF, depending on your switch type, retails for around $165. I don't really know if they're gonna release a standard Ducky 12 Mecha SF option. I don't know if this was just a limited run for these limited edition models, or if they were kind of judging the market to see if they want to bring a standard option here. But I suspect that if they do come out with a standard Ducky 12 Mecha SF, it'll be a little bit cheaper than that. I think a big portion of that price that you're paying is for the iridescent finish that they put on this case, and the fact that this isn't a full run production model. Typically, the more you produce, the cheaper the cost, the cheaper you can sell it for. So if they do come out with a standard version of this, I hope that they do bring down that price a little bit. But really, even at $165 for this particular version, because it is a limited edition piece, It is quite expensive, but I don't think that price is too bad. And that pretty much wraps up the review, guys. Overall, I really like this keyboard. My only two real complaints here are that it's not hot swappable, which none of their boards are at this point, except for the very limited edition run of the Year of the Rat edition they did at the end of last year. The other main complaint I have, as always with Ducky products, I can't understand why in 2021 they don't have a software option for their boards, even just a very basic one. They have it for their Ducky 1.2 TKL, but it hasn't made its way to any other of their 1.2 series boards. And they've had it on the TKL for over a year now, and it works fine. I'm not sure if that's something that can just be updated in firmware, or if their boards have to ship with a certain chip in it that allows them to use that software. But I really hope they bring that software to their other line soon. But overall, I love the board. The design is great. The build quality is great. The price is a little high, but again, I think that's mostly because this is a limited edition piece. I think if they come out with a regular production model of the Ducky 1.2 Mecha SF, and I hope that they do, because this is my favorite form factor, I think it'll probably be a little bit cheaper to begin with and a little more affordable, probably about a $20 or $30 premium over their regular SF model, similar to the price difference you see between the regular Ducky 1.2 Mini and the Ducky 1.2 Mecha Mini. If you guys are still able to purchase this version of the board while it's still available, you're getting a pretty good product here. Otherwise, if you miss out on that, hopefully they come out with a full production model of this board. So keep your eye out for that. If it does come out, I will do a separate review on that. But that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and found it useful. If you did, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. If you would like to continue to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe. And YouTube, we'll catch you later.